All right, here's a new Pokemon theory. I think Sudowoodo is our Generation 2 fossil Pokemon. Let me explain, all right? Obviously, there is no actual fossils, new fossils that are introduced in Generation 2, in the Johto region, right? Obviously. But in Generation 3, we get the Pokemon Relicanth, which, sure, by definition, does not come from a fossil, therefore it could not be a fossil Pokemon, but I do not think it is... I think it's pretty widely accepted that Relicanth is part of the fossil Pokemon group in the same way that Aerodactyl is part of the fossil Pokemon group. And I'm getting something with this, right? Most fossils, right, it's a standard fossil of some sort of animal that is resurrected into the fossil Pokemon that we know, right? That is literally most fossils, right? You got I don't even know, right? Anorith, you got Cradily, you got Ammonite, right? Just very classic. Aerodactyl's a little bit different, where Aerodactyl is from an amber, which is still a fossil, and it's not in a pair. Normally we see these fossils in a pair, right? So Relicanth is different because it's actually a living fossil. It's water and rock type. That's another thing. I think all these I think to be a fossil Pokemon or to be categorized as a living fossil, you do need to have that rock typing, right? Relicanth is a Pokemon. I think it's based on a Calocanth. Calocanth is what it is based on, which is literally a fish that is from so long ago that's why they it hasn't changed in forever, and that's why they call it a living fossil. That's what the Pokemon is based on. And that's just in Generation 3, and I think we've all accepted that Relicanth is part of this fossil Pokemon family, even though technically it doesn't come from a fossil. And so what I'm saying is that Sudowoodo, which is a Pokemon that is a rock type, check. It looks like a tree. It's not a tree. It's a rock. It's also a Pokemon that you get one of. It's a limited encounter Pokemon, which tells me in the Pokemon universe, Sudowoodo is rare. And also, I don't even think it is native to the Johto region. I would say it's native to Sinnoh, perhaps, right? It's a Pokemon that is, you can get Bonsly in Sinnoh. I think you can also get it. There's also maybe one Sudowoodo in the Hoenn region as well. I think it's in the battle, what is it called? It's in Emerald version. But what I think Sudowoodo, even though you don't get a Sudowoodo from a fossil, I think it is very similar to Relicanth, because I think Sudowoodo is actually fossilized wood. It's a fossilized tree. And anything that has become fossilized is no longer the thing that it actually once was. My understanding of a fossil is that the living thing over millions of years gets replaced, all the living matter gets replaced by minerals, and eventually it becomes an actual fossil, imitating or looking like what it once was, but it is a rock type. And we've got Sudowoodo right here, literally the imitation Pokemon, literally a rock type, just sitting here, pretending to be a tree that it never will be. That's it. That's the theory. Sudowoodo is a rock type. Sudowoodo is a fossil Pokemon. In the same way that Relicanth is a fossil Pokemon. And maybe there's a better way to describe these Pokemon like Relicanth, Pokemon like Sudowoodo. I do know that this is official art right now on screen. I'm showing it is from the Pokemon Company, and it depicts all of the fossil Pokemon with a archaeologist Pikachu. But in this art, this is from a couple years ago, Relicanth is alongside these Pokemon. You've also got the Galar fossils, which are not rock type, but I think, they're still they're very obviously fossil Pokemon. They come from fossils. And very strangely enough, you also have Mamoswine and Yanmega, and that's because these Pokemon evolve with ancient power, right? So this is the Pokemon Company admitting, or I guess canonizing, or I guess acknowledging that we have fossil Pokemon, we have living fossils like Relicanth, we also have living fossils or Pokemon that resemble what they used to be back in time. With these ancient power evolutions, Yanmega and Mamoswine, Tangrowth could be on this list. And what I'm saying is I think there are Pokemon like Sudowoodo that deserve to be on this list. Sudowoodo is a fossil Pokemon. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Let me know if there's any additional evidence that you think we could add to this theory. And let me know what you think I should talk about next. Subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.